Hey folks, I'm home from work. I was gonna do like a little vlogging my food, what I eat in a day type deal, but hey, I completely forgot. I jumped the gun and just ate at lunchtime. So anyway, there's a clip of a smoothie I had and some coffee after that. My breakfast this morning was some coconut yogurt and some granola, and then I had a Caesar with a homemade dressing that Jamie made last evening. So good. And what else? Had just a bunch of veggies and hummus. That was pretty much it. So I ate pretty light today, but yeah, I just wasn't really all that hungry, I guess. Been staying really hydrated, and I'm drinking more, so don't get as hungry, I don't find. But just got back from a really good run. So I got home from work, and yeah, I wasn't even planning on running a workout. I was just gonna go for an easy run, like maybe an easy 8-10K, 5-6 miles, something like that, and just jog down to a bridge that's close by, and then back and just call it a day. But I got out and it was nice out, sunny, not too cold, but just cool enough to stay not too warm once you get going. And yeah, my pace was just coming strong and easy, and it was fast, and it's like, you know what, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna give it a go here. And I ended up doing like a tempo, sort of steady pace, not quite tempo range, but sort of like steady state, right around marathon pace, a little bit faster, I guess, a few seconds faster per kilometer than my marathon pace. And yeah, I just nailed it. Did 9.8K, so it's a little over 6 miles. And yeah, I felt really good. And then I came home and just ate a huge pot full of like a homemade stew that Jamie made for me. It's got potatoes and barley, lentils, white beans, all kinds of veggies. There's some TVP in there as well. Like, it is hearty as fuck. So good. Yeah, so anyway, I didn't record my food today, but that's what I ate today as a vegan in marathon training. So I burned about 850 calories or something on my run, I think. Strava tracks that, like it is just based upon my weight that I've entered in and then the distance. And so I guess they account for like elevation gain and stuff too. I don't really know how it all works, but somewhere around 850 because I'm about 150 pounds. And yeah, so that's what I eat. So I'll probably actually have another little snack later just to help like replenish a little bit, because even though it is about 7 o'clock, maybe even a little bit later now, I definitely will have a caloric deficit for the day. So if I'm feeling a little bit hungry, I won't feel bad about snacking a little bit. But not even at all what I was going to make this video about, but there's 3.5 minutes gone just chatting about that. I also wanted to touch base about the activists that got into a piggery, it's called, like a, where they have the gestation crates for pigs. And so they stormed in there, and I think there was about 70 activists that just did like a sit-in, basically just halting the process. And the police were called. There were negotiators and stuff. Made the news, made lots of articles, got global attention. And I think there were like 28 arrests or something like that. And you know what? I've got nothing but absolute mad respect for you guys. Anybody who's willing to just go in and take direct action like that, do a sit-in, and just, that's the point, right? You have to resist when you see something that's just absolutely unjust and just completely goes against your morals and everything you stand for. You have to sometimes just take a stand against. And so it was really, really uplifting and motivating to see that. So if anybody who was partaking in that or any other direct action sort of protest or sit-in or obstruction of the whole process, my hat is off to you. Much love and respect. And, without getting that media attention, without having mainstream media reporting on it and talking about it and raising these questions to the general public, like, this is how we create change. And I know there's so many people are going to be like, yeah, but it's illegal, or there's a better way. But you know what? No, every social justice movement, every time we overcome something as a species where we're like, whoa, wait a second, we need to do shit differently, there's always somebody breaking the rules and breaking the laws in order to get that catalyzed and get that going. You have to, because the laws are often unjust, and so what is legal isn't necessarily what is right. Obviously, I think everybody recognizes that. Most countries, I think, have some bullshit rules and some bullshit legalities. And obviously, the fact that it's just okay to slaughter tens of billions of land animals every year for food, when there's obviously another option, and yeah. So you know what? It's just one of those things. Like, we need to get the message out there, and I know there's going to be a lot of ridicule, there's going to be a lot of hate, there's going to be a lot of people just out of ignorance, and probably a lot of arrogance too, but I think mostly just out of ignorance. Hey, I've been there, I admit it. Like, I would be an asshole to people who were trying to do good things because I just thought they were being dumb, and I can admit that, and lesson learned, right? Like, so I think anybody can eventually come to see what it is we're talking about, we're trying to do, trying to exemplify, or trying to get out there. Just most people haven't had regular exposure or just don't know the facts. So when we have mainstream media saying, hey, guess what? This is what happened. Let's talk about it. And maybe they sometimes, have some bias and like portray us in a negative light or whatever, but it still gives the general public and the general population a chance, an opportunity to think about it and to plant seeds. So yeah, again, I'm just super grateful for everybody who took part in that, or any other direct action kind of a protest, or even just exemplifying how easy and normal it can be just to be vegan. Like, I live in a very small rural area, so I don't have a lot of opportunities to do anything directly other than just having conversations. There really isn't a whole lot to protest unless I wanted to like stand at the end of my road and like point at the two guys talking about eating meat or something. So I don't have a lot of opportunities, and I'm not making excuses. Obviously I could do more, but my point is, like, I exemplify veganism as something that's perfectly normal, perfectly healthy, obviously by sharing with you guys a little bit of my athletic stuff, with running, getting into marathoning and stuff like that. Obviously I still make videos about animal rights and those justice issues as well, but I think we all have a role to play, and we all have an audience that we're going to reach. And yeah, anytime we're going to get on mainstream TV, man, that's reaching a large audience. So again, hats off to you guys, and whatever it is that you do to help promote this kind of life, this conscious style of living where we're like, hey, let's not harm animals intentionally, because there's no fucking need to do that. Obviously, we're on the right side, so I appreciate all of you. And I guess I'm just going to wrap it up. Just wanted to chat a little bit. Wearing my Liberation tee. This is a Vegan Empire tee. Chris and Shannon created that and had some good products going, and that was to support Gary Yourofsky. And again, I don't care what anybody thinks about Gary personally or some of his stances. Bottom line is, there's a man who obviously has helped get the vegan message across with that Best Speech You'll Ever See video. I'll link to that in the description below. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it before, especially if you're not vegan, or if you're like maybe new to it and not really doing it for ethical reasons. Maybe you're thinking that it's more of an environmental or a health thing, but you haven't made that connection with the animals. It's not graphic. It's logic, and you need to watch it. And yeah, so anyway, approaching 10 minutes, probably over that now. because I've got an intro in here and we'll have an outro, so 11 minutes video. And thanks very much, guys, for watching, for supporting me. If you don't care about my running, feel free to skip videos about that shit. I get it, you know, it doesn't appeal to everybody, but hopefully, you know, you guys stick through my videos and realize that there's more than just me talking about running up and down the trail. So much love again, everybody, and have a great evening, folks, and we'll see you next time. Peace.